The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Too often we say, I don't fear anybody. I'm good. Well, I think in reality, we do fear somebody. We fear ourselves and what we're actually capable of doing. So sit back, relax, tip your cups up, get ready for Coffee for the Culture. What's up, Coffee for the Culture fam? It's your boy, the Rev, Sean John here, ready to bring you another episode of Coffee for the Culture. So, Psalm 27:1 says, The Lord is my light and my salvation. Of whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Such an amazing verse. Yet I think far too often we're like, of whom shall I fear? Like, I don't fear anybody. I don't fear anything. And I think depending on where you are, that could be very true for most things. Yet what I want us to understand is that, fear is a word that's talked about all throughout the Bible. And so I just want to explore an aspect of that today. For me, over this last year, there have been many things that I have feared. There have been times where I have feared when, my wife and I have gone to the doctor together because of looking at things with our pregnancy because, we've had 3 miscarriages. Especially, this time of the year, my wife and I are getting ready to go to our 20th week appointment. And I think about that, like this time last year, we were getting ready to find out that we needed to be at the hospital so my wife could have a procedure for, the loss of our second child. And I think there are many times where we don't realize that because of traumatic events or because of events that have gone so successful, in this case, what we'll talk about today, is those are times where we have these fears. So what I want us to think about is that, when I talk about the things that have gone successful. So recently I was talking to my supervisor and I, was talking about that during my time in Gainesville, Florida, that it has felt like the wilderness. It has been the wilderness. I am in my 10th year here in Gainesville, and I can truly say that like it has felt like the wilderness. But I know in the wilderness comes growth. Yet even through this growth, I've gotten to a point where more recently I said to my supervisor, you know what? This spot, even in its uncomfort, has become comfortable. Yes, the spot that I'm in, even in its uncomfort, has become uncomfortable. So what do you mean, Sean? So what I'm thinking about is that I've gotten to a point in my life where I realized that I'm in such a state of peace. Yet I realize that many of the days, that I'm experiencing sometimes with work, and it could be the season that we're in, I know that as well, that I'm not as happy. And when I say happy, I'm separating happiness from joyfulness. Like I am joyful every day. There's so much in my life for me to be joyful for. And also, joy for me means Jesus over you. So as long as I serve King Jesus, and as long as so what's the song say? Long as I got King Jesus, I don't need nobody else. So anywho, there's these moments where I've realized that the spot that I'm in has become my safety net, even in its uncomfort. I literally told my boss that I am in this feeling of I would push everybody else to their state of success, to that thing that they want to do, that thing that if they did not have to have a fear of failure, like what is it that they would truly go after? I would clear out our department and it'd just be me if it meant that I could push everybody towards that thing. And then I realized, though, when I look in the mirror, why would I do that? Because it would just be me, yes. But two, most importantly, is why am I not doing that for myself? So when we say the Lord is my light and salvation, of whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life, of whom shall I be afraid? Maybe what we fear is opportunity for us to move into greatness. Yes, I said it. I think we fear ourselves. Like we fear what we are actually capable of. We fear what God is moving us towards. So let's explore that. The Israelites, like even when they were being brought out of Egypt, they were like, I'd rather go back into bondage because they were so fearful of what they were encountering in the wilderness. There are two occasions in the New Testament with the disciples where they are within the presence of Jesus. One time, Jesus has sent them ahead to go to the other side of the water, and Peter gets out the boat and is fearful. Even though he's been walking on water, he gets fearful and he starts to sink. There's another time that even though they're in the presence of Jesus and they're in the midst of this storm, when they can just say, peace, be still, when they still are fearful of, what God has instilled in them, the authority that he's instilled in them. And that's what I think about. I'm fearful of me and the authority that's been, bestowed in me because I'm scared what can actually happen. I'm scared sometimes of the impact that I'm going to actually have. I'm scared of the lives that I'm going to actually change. I was on a call the other day, and a young man in this mentoring group I'm a part of said that for so long he's known that he's wanted to save like 100 million lives. And he said it's going to happen no matter what. And I thought to myself, man, that sounds so amazing. Yet I know in the back of my mind, I'm fearful of that. And so what I want us to get towards is truly understanding that when we say verses like Psalm 27:1, the Lord is my light and salvation, like I want us to also, in that next breath, say verses like Psalm 34:4. Like, I sought the Lord and he answered me and he delivered me from all my fears. It's time to exhale the rest of 2020. Exhale what's happened to us this year. Let's not allow, our fears to keep us in bondage. Let's not allow our fears to, deter us from things that we felt weren't possible, like walking on water. Let's allow our fears to boost us, actually, to motivate us to get even closer to the great I am so we can bring glory to his name and actually bring more souls to his kingdom. Peace and blessings. Enjoy your coffee for the culture.